Hello students, I welcome you all in this class of physics where we are going to start very first unit, units and measurement. In your day-to-day life, you are dealing with various things and sometimes you are in need of measurement. For example, if you will go to purchase clothes, milk, sugar, rice, wheat, in all these dealings you have to tell the quantity that you want and measurement is needed, and we deal with few things where measurement is not needed at all. For example, I am happy, you are happy, but we don't have any instrument that can measure this happiness. Fever we can't measure. When we are going to measure fever, we don't measure actually fever, but we are going to measure temperature. Pain, sorrow, pleasure, all these things we cannot measure. So we will not consider these to be physical quantities. Physical quantities will be those quantities only which you can measure directly or indirectly. For example, you have to measure the length of this pen. Then this is direct measurement. But if someone will ask to measure the distance of sun from earth, then this is not direct measurement. This is indirect measurement. And in terms of these physical quantities, then you can explain the laws of physics. For example, if you are going to write F is equal to ma, this is Newton's second law. So we are using mass here, acceleration, force, all are physical quantities and all we are capable of measuring them. So all the quantities whose direct measurement is possible or indirect measurement is possible, and in terms of these quantities we can express the laws of physics. These quantities will be known as physical quantities. Now two types of physical quantities we are going to have: fundamental physical quantities or base quantities. Means these quantities, when we will define, we are not in need of any other physical quantity. They have their own independent existence, their own independent explanation without depending on other physical quantities. For example, if I want to define mass, I can define length, time, all are going to be fundamental physical quantities. But if I want to define speed, then speed is distance covered per unit time. So I have to consider in definition of speed the unit of or the definition of length, or I have to make use of fundamental quantity of length and time here. So these type of quantities where definition needs use of other physical quantities, those quantities will be known as derived quantities. So fundamental, independent. Derived, they depend on fundamental quantities or other quantities for their definition. Then we are going to consider measuring process, because name of the unit is units and measurement. So what is the meaning of a measurement, or what is a measuring process? Actually, whenever we are going to have measurement, we are comparing given quantity with a standard amount of physical quantity of same kind. For example, if I want to measure the distance between this point and this point, I will use a scale here because it has its unit in terms of distance. I will not use here any other unit, for example unit of mass, or I will not consider any weight here. So the nature of the unit that you are using or the standard that you are using, its nature should be same as that of the nature of the quantity that you are going to measure. For measuring distance, you are not in need of weight. And to measure the weight of an object, you don't need there to find the gap between two things. So measuring process means comparing a given quantity with a standard amount of physical quantity, and this standard will be known as unit of that physical quantity. So measurement of physical quantity is actually product of numerical value of physical quantity and size of unit. Now what is the meaning of this equation? Meaning of this equation is, for example, I have this scale. And in this scale, if you will measure distance from this point to this point, and let us consider it is not going to have this centimeter scaling, it has millimeter division only, then what will be the distance between these 2 points? Distance between these 2 points will be number of divisions multiplied by value of one division. So how many divisions we are going to have? Till here we have 10, then we have 20, this is 5th, so 25 divisions we are going to have. So what is distance or gap between these 2 points? 25 multiplied by 1 millimeter. So this answer will come out to be 25 millimeter. If same gap I will measure with the help of inch, like this. Now my standard unit is inch. In previous case, standard unit was millimeter. So in this case, see, this is 1 inch. And if I will consider this much measurement, so this will come out to be 2 inch. So measurement of a physical quantity means numerical value of physical quantity. Here numerical value of physical quantity is 1. And what is the size of unit? Size of unit is 1 inch. In this case, numerical value of physical quantity was 25. And what was the size of the unit? Size of unit was 1 millimeter. So 25 multiplied by 1 millimeter will be equal to 1 multiplied by 1 inch. It means 25 millimeter will be equal to 1 inch. And if you will measure it in terms of centimeter, it will come out to be 2.5 centimeter. All are going to be same. What is difference? Difference is in the size of the unit that we have taken. And this size is making difference in this factor also. But their product will always remain the same. Measurement of physical quantity will always remain the same. Only difference in unit is there. So if I will measure up physical quantity, then I have to see number of times I am going to repeat the unit multiplied by size of unit. So as this factor will remain same, so I can write Q is equal to N1 U1. This is equal to N2 U2. From here you can see N and U, they are inversely related. If your size of unit is big, 1 inch is bigger unit, then N will come out to be small. If your size of unit is small, N will come out to be large. For example, this is the case. 4.2 joule is equal to 1 calorie. In this case, which unit is bigger? Joule is bigger or calorie is bigger? You compare. Where we will have bigger unit, value of N will be smaller. Here value of N2 is smaller than N1. So what will happen? This unit will be bigger. And in this case, 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 joule. So which is bigger? In this case, this is actually divided by this. So when you will compare again N2 and N1, so here value of N2 is coming out to be less. It means this unit is going to be bigger. So here joule and calorie, these units are going to be bigger. Next we will consider what should be the property of the physical unit that we are going to measure and how to define physical unit. The standard amount of physical quantity that we have taken to measure a physical quantity and whose nature is same as that of quantity will be known as physical unit. For example, to measure length, you will make use of scale. You will not bring weight of 20 gram, 20 milligram like this. Or you will not bring any other container that is used to measure the volume of any object. Characteristic of physical unit should be, it should be well defined. Size should neither be very small nor it should be very large. This unit should not change with change in time. For example, if I will take this standard and at daytime its length is more and at the time of night its length is less, then it will give me different measurement during day and night. So it should not happen. It should not change with the time. It should not change with change in physical condition. If you are going to consider ice block as a standard unit, so what will happen? With increase in temperature, ice block will melt. So you cannot consider that to be a physical unit. It should be easily reproducible. If one is destroyed, then you should be able to produce it again. Indestructible and internationally accepted, so that there will be uniformity in measurement, there will be no confusion in measurement. Easily accessible. So all these are characteristics of physical quantity. If we will consider fundamental quantities which were independent of other physical quantities, then units which we use to measure those fundamental quantities will be known as fundamental units. And the units which we are using to measure derived quantities will be known as a derived unit. For speed, we are measuring it in meter per second. So this is derived unit. For length, I will use meter. For time, I will use a second. So these two are fundamental units. Now various system of units were evolved. Time to time modifications were there in those. So we have to consider system of units related with the measurement which we are using now also, and before 1971 which system was in fashion we will consider. Now physical quantities that we are going to consider: length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity and quantity of matter. I will consider this system CGS system, which was mainly considered in France. So this system is a French system of unit. So in this system, length was measured in centimeter, mass was measured in gram and time was measured in second. Britishers, they were having their own system of measurement. So distance they were measuring in foot, and mass they were measuring in pound. Now also your height, most of the time you are giving 5 feet 3 inch like this, and when you are going to order for cake, then also you give how much pound cake you want. So FPS system is that system in which length was measured in foot, mass was measured in pound and time was measured in second. In MKS system, this is extended version of this CGS system given by France only, but centimeter, gram and second, these were smaller units, so not very convenient to use. So they tried to make these units to be little extended one. So they started measuring distance in terms of meter, mass in terms of kilogram, time in terms of second. So this all was done before 1971. And then with the electromagnetism, it was felt that this system is not going to cover up all the branches of science and technology. So they went for one more system, that is internationally accepted system of internationally accepted units. So here we are going to have 7 physical quantities, 7 fundamental physical quantities. These are fundamental physical quantities, and in which standard or unit they are measured. Length is measured in meter, mass kilogram, time second, temperature Kelvin, electric current ampere, luminous intensity candela, quantity of matter mole. And these are the symbols which are used to represent the units. Now here other things you may be familiar. Luminous intensity. Luminous intensity means a source of light is there and the rate at which it is going to give you the light, or it is radiating energy, illuminating power, that will be considered to be luminous intensity. Then one more point will be given in your book, that this system is metric, this is not metric, this is also metric, this is also metric. So question comes, what is the meaning of metric system? Metric system or decimal system in mathematics you have done already also, where you are going to consider base quantity. If you want to measure distance, it will be meter. If you want to measure capacity or volume, it will be liter. If you want to measure mass, it will be, then you will consider it to be in terms of gram. So if you want to go for the lower value, then you have to divide by 10. And if you have to go for higher value, then for each next value, you have to multiply by 10. So this type of system, metric system, this is metric system or decimal system, because you can go from one side to another side by shifting the value of decimal. So this system is known as metric system, and we are going to have CGS also metric, MKS also metric, and SI is going to be metric. FPS system is not metric system. This is CGS system. You just consider the first letters: CGS, FPS, MKS. And in this system, that is SI system that we are following now also, these are fundamental quantities. And with this we have two more quantities which are known as supplementary quantities, angle and solid angle. About these quantities we will talk in next video. By that time you just watch video carefully and enjoy.